Brooklyn Independent Television.
If you ever tried to run a business from home, you know how tough it could be to concentrate. You keep getting up for snacks, or you play solitaire when you should be filling out a spreadsheet. Paradoxically, this may be because there aren't enough distractions, mainly in the form of other people nearby. One solution: coworking, sharing space with other entrepreneurs. And as we discovered in Greenpoint, the price is right.
Greenpoint Coworking is a shared workspace for independent workers, entrepreneurs, freelancers, startups. I have a boutique web design business that I've had for 8 years now. And for the first 2 years, I was like, working from home is the best thing that ever happened to me. After a short period of time, that actually sort of started working against me as the company grew. I felt like there was a real glass ceiling to how far the company could grow with me just like working from my bedroom. And I had employees and I worked with other people, but because of the nature of the business, they didn't even live in New York State necessarily, you know, so I couldn't justify getting an office space. I was really missing the environment of being in school because I was realizing that what was most valuable to me in that experience wasn't necessarily what I learned in the class, but it was more the peer-to-peer information sharing that I found really valuable. I came across the idea of co-working and was like, just sort of intrinsically pulled to it.
This is the new theme that I'm gonna document myself by like opening my laptop and photo booth videotape myself cooking the dish so that I don't have to stop and have like food all over my hands. Like,
our space happens to be really diverse in the kinds of people that it attracts. We have a few designers and developers for sure, but we also have, you know, a caterer and someone who's the executive director of a nonprofit organization, social media people, an events planner. There are a couple students, so it's very varied in terms of the kinds of people who are working here. I think that sounds really nice.
So that's going to be this diagram right here. Because most of what I do is in a kitchen, I thought, well, I don't need an office yet until I've expanded and I actually have people, you know, working for me, you know, running a business. So I was doing most of my kind of administrative stuff, just answering emails, writing invoices, communicating with clients from my apartment. And at a certain point, it gets so hard to be stuck, you know, in the same place, you know, communicating only with yourself. You know, some days you don't get out of your pajamas. You're like working from your laptop in bed. So I heard about this space and I came by and it was just so bright. Everything is nice and clean and bright and the bright light and all these nice people working here, and it seemed just a great way to get out of your head.
I found the space on Craigslist. I had been a resident of Greenpoint and Williamsburg, you know, split between the two for about 8 years, and I just loved the neighborhood, and I feel I was very familiar with the area, and I know that there are a lot of extremely talented people living in this area who have no community. So I felt like this was the right place to do something like this. I love the big open windows and it just had like the right energy. We have 3 different membership options, try to keep it as simple as possible. People can drop in, it's a day rate of $25, you come, you go. If someone is gonna come more than 3 times a month, we encourage them, because it's financially sensible for them, to become what we call a community member, which is $50 a month, and then each time they drop in, it's $10. And then if both of those are first come, first serve, if they want their own reserved desk where they can leave their computer here, it's $350 a month. It's all an open space. We have a conference table over here. We have another table back here, but it's all a big open workspace.
So this is the new theme that I'm gonna document myself by like opening my laptop and photo booth videotape myself cooking the dish. So
I think that, you know, breaking the isolation of just working by yourself in your bedroom, just the obvious things that come along with that, like having structure, having a beginning and an end to your start day. I think that a lot of solo business owners struggle with a lot of the same kinds of issues and just basic questions like, who does my bookkeeping? How do I file taxes? Like just things like that we don't really get trained on how to do. What a community can provide in terms of that is really priceless.
Watch this and other Brooklyn Independent Television episodes online at breakartsmedia.org/BIT.